Well, welcome to my house. Welcome to my world. Um, yeah, there's so much going on these days that's just really irritating. I don't want to waste anybody's time, but uh we got this whole, you know, aftermath of the hurricane, and it's terrible. I'm not laughing at these people, at the whole circumstance and situation, and the people that are continuing to perish because of lack of, um, well, for lack of a better word, intercession. Uh, it doesn't always have to be spiritual intercession, it can be physical. Um, but in any event, it's awful, and it, man, it gets my mind going. One of the things that really irritates me is that people just can't seem to wrap their heads around or grasp the uh, the past decade, where oh, it's longer than a past decade. It's but they don't seem to take the hint of the government actually being against us. Like, not just playing, not that they're not just like, well, we'll do this for you, and then, yeah, and then they'll slough off, and they'll have a biff here and there, no. They are actively going against us, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to lessen or weaken or slow down anytime soon. Whatever has occurred is just bringing itself out into a whole new light, um, day to day, day by day. It's all just page after page after page of proof that people want to still live in cognitive dissonance. That somehow, if things are bad enough, that the government will step in and, you know, offer some assistance that'll be worthwhile. That's that the in their eyes, they can't help but recognize that we're the United States of America, and it's not the other way around. But the frustrating thing is not what the government is doing. It's just um, the attitudes of people, and how they're shocked, and how they're appalled, and how they're discontented by the lack of respondency by the government, by the federal agencies, FEMA, as if, some figurative light has been lit under their butts because some huge, devastating, they call it an act of God, has occurred. I, it's a black pill moment, perhaps, But either it be necessary or not a black pill moment, but just hmm, a calling it for what it is, uh, calling it a an awakening, not a woke but awakening moment where um, what's going through my head right now is, well, what are we supposed to do about it? How are we supposed to challenge this? You know, what? Of course, they want to stir us into a frenzy and make us all so angered that, we take our guns and, do something about it. Um, uh, and that's what being caught up in a paradigm can lead to. That's a false paradigm. The paradigm that we've all been led to believe. And it's just, yeah, it's agonizing to an extent, it's troubling. It's all those things and more um, that are no bueno. Um, but, you know, what I think is worse, of course, and the whole point of this talk is uh, continuing and thinking that there's a way to change anything. Um, Obviously, you know, um, it's really difficult to imagine everyone having this epiphany that, oh yeah, the government really isn't out to help us in any sort of way, that they're actually out to destroy us. Yeah, but there is such a thing as cosmic resonance, and I believe it goes a lot further than we give it credence. So yeah, that's another reason why I talk here, or at least begin to. Because I mean, of course, everything is coming to a head, and the sooner we realize what's going on, the sooner we can begin to take a chisel to the shell that we've got around us, because of course, depending on how long we've been going with this notion that things can be changed and the course of events can be turned around. Um, the longer it's going to take, or the thicker that the shell is going to be, so the more that there's chiseling to be done, and it's not going to be overnight. Because it takes time to have this um, stirring actually take hold and transform into, well, I guess I'd classify it as a healthy apathy. And by that, I guess I'm meaning a boundary. you know, a boundary of sorts where um, we recognize who the enemy is clearly, and we're not just being put in a ring to shadow box, um, imaginary or figurative entities, although we are, because that leads into this next portion of thought, um, where it all really comes um, to light in the sense that uh, Paul talks about it. You know, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and, well, evil powers and high places. Of course, that's true. That's Ephesians 6, I believe, right around there with the armor of God. So we do need that. That's very important. And the more we go to God, the more we are capable of really uh, learning these ways that the demons and the devil attacks us, you know. And really, that's the biggest perspective that one could have is this um, armor of God. If you think of it as an actual suit of armor, it it really helps to fortify this armor and just cause it to be like a superpower in a sense. We got all these superhero movies and everything like that. Well, you know, there's always a portion of truth where the devil, you know, likes to coat the poison with, you know. So we'll get half of it, you know, the alluring stuff, you know, the portions that we're really supposed to gravitate to innately. That's the draw, you know. But then, of course, you got all this mythology alongside of it that, you know, leads us to fall on our face because it deviates so greatly from the way that we're really supposed to be considering um, this existence. It's such a shame because for all the chicanery and just pure nonsense that goes on, you know, within the movie and the music industries, you know. I mean, yeah, it sounds good because they're like, you know, they got the capabilities that are, you know, usually 40 years in advance of what us commoners get. So, yeah, it sounds amazing, you know? And they're able to do a lot of things because, you know, they sell their souls, and it's not something I wanted to do. Um, yeah, I can talk about myself in a different talk, but that is really what it boils down to. And if it's been said a million times already by a million other people on here, well, that's wonderful. And I know it has, and so, but I mean, I hope that it just, if anything else, brings confirmation that, these other people are maybe on the right track. I say maybe, because I'm no genius, of course, made a lot of mistakes and so on, and uh, I'm still going, still trying to get better and all these things just like everyone else is. But I've had a I've had someone recently ask me what the opposite of success is. And I had the knee-jerk reaction of or response of saying failure. You know, failure is the opposite of success. Well, it's not actually the truth, he said. He said, giving up is the opposite of success. And, I mean, there's a lot that can be said for that. Because quite a few unfortunate souls decide to give up. But we can't give up. And I pray that all of you listening are, staying prayed up, and that you are not wanting to give up, realizing that this is a journey. And in the second or secular way of looking at it too, I mean, if you're not a Christian, even Maynard James Keenan said in one of his songs, everyone's got his day to die, I think was off of a Perfect Circle song. So, yeah, there's no reason to, let yourself go without a fight. And getting into the Word of God, or even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just a few verses, just something to hold on to throughout the day, and maybe something stuck in your head, that that you can further parse through, that the Bible can maybe examine a little more closer, so that your frame of mind is more clear, and just you have more awareness of what has brought you to the place where you're at. So read the Bible, even if it's just a little bit, because I know sometimes it's hard. You get so bogged down with all the goings on in life, that you let it go. But don't, if you can help it, get a devotional. Maybe that'll help. In any event, I wish you all well, and take care.